And hello, we're live. Mic is working. Been nervous about that ever since Wednesday no, not Wednesday, Tuesday, when the microphone wasn't working. Anyway, we're back in Final Fantasy XIV with Sorin to do the remainder of the Stormblood Samurai quests. I say the remainder, we've done the first one, which I suppose is still... Is it 20% of the quests? I can realize I'd nearly forgotten about the Red Mage quests, so I will be doing those on Wednesday, following Wednesday. But for now, let's get into it. Momozigo, how have things been going? Ah, Sorin, I have a letter for you that arrived at the inn. It's from Makoto, the Hingan samurai who came all the way here seeking Musosai. Can't imagine what this might be about. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, right. I actually saw Makoto while I was over there. Dear Sorin, I pray this letter finds you well. You received me with kindness when first we met, and I write to you in hopes of depending upon your kindness once more. You will recall what I told you of Ugetsu and his growing faction of insurgents. Upon my return to Kugane, I was dismayed to find as his influence had spread to alarming proportions. Outbreaks of violence have become a regularity, and the men and women of the Sekisegumi struggle to maintain order. Each day we fight, and each day our strength is shown further. The enemy, it shames me to say, completely has our measure. I shall speak plain. We are in desperate need of aid, and I beseech you to lend your katana to our cause. As Master Musosai's lost pupil, your skills would help us turn the rising tide. I know full well that I ask much of you, to journey halfway across the world and involve yourself in a struggle not your own. Yet ask I must, for should the Bakufu fall, the realm would be plunged into chaos, and innocent people would be subjected to untold suffering. With all my being, I pray that you will answer our call, and ere long we shall meet again in Kugane. Sincerely yours, Makoto. Right. Yeah, that sounds like I should be getting over there. Musosai's first and final pupils pitted against each other. There's certainly poetry in that, and you can take comfort in the knowledge that you'd be fighting on the side of justice. As Makoto writes, though, it's a lot to ask, and the decision is yours to make, but from my unsolicited opinion, I reckon you should do it. For the old man, if for no one else. You're right. Even if it wasn't going to end up putting everyone in Kugane in trouble, then who gets his Master Musosai's whole reason for having come out here and training me in the first place? Suppose it's my duty to see things put right. If I remember correctly, Makoto stands guard at the Sekisegumi barracks most of the time. I can't see her out today. Excuse me, sir. A samurai, yet yours is not a familiar face. A Makoto's foreign guest, I take it. My apologies, but she is not on hand to receive you. She is presently leading a mission to Sakazuki, where insurgent leaders are meeting in secret. However, they are late to return, and I must confess that I grow worried. I would go and find them myself, but I cannot well abandon my post. Might I ask you to go in my stead? Of course. Suppose that means I get to go out and meet Makoto sooner anyway. Sakazuki, that's the Confederacy outpost, just when you first enter. Yeah, that one there, right? Oh. One of these days I really need to find a final A for current around here. So, probably not in Sakazuki itself. Or... Hold up a moment. That looks like a Sekiseigumi uniform. Makoto? It was right to send me out here. Makoto? You okay? Your friend? Okay? By the Kami, it's really you. I know not how to thank you, Sorin. We caught wind of a secret insurgent meeting and came here in hopes of learning something of their plans. But they were the ones who knew of ours. They were expecting us and had laid a trap. Before we knew what was happening... We Hingans live by a rigid caste system, wherein one's standing in society is inherited rather than earned. My comrade, he hailed from a poor farming village. His family grew scarcely enough to pay their lord his dues, and it was all they could do not to starve. In order to escape the shackles of his birth, he sought a new life in Kugane, a more progressive district, where a man may yet rise above his station. He became a samurai in hopes that he might one day have the power to bring about change. Change to an irrational system that holds people hostage to their birth. Souls such as him make up the Sekiseigumi, those raised with a plough in hand and not a blade. You'll find none among us born into a samurai family. Ours is a ragtag band gathered from the lower rungs of society. Yet for our disparate origins, we are patriots all. Ugetsu and his cohorts too claim to be patriots, but in order to bring about their change, they would as soon see our nation razed to the ground. As with any nation, Hingashi is not free of problems, far from it. But should the Bakufu be toppled, the great lords would rise against each other in a bid for power. The realm would be transformed into a battlefield, and another age of blood would begin. If we are to prevent this, if we are to protect the peace, Ugetsu must not be allowed to succeed, no matter the cost. Forgive me, now is not the time to hold forth on my passions. I shall bear my comrade back to the barracks. Pray join me there. Oh, you don't need a hand at all, or... Guess if it's maybe personal, I should... I would just like to be the one wanting to do something for your friend, yourself. But... Right. So what do we do about... Well, I guess there's... always the straightforward method to deal with Ugetsu. We just have to find him. But the enemy should know our plans. The loss of a comrade pains us, but we are grateful for Makoto's preservation. As she has told me all, as Master Musasai's pupil, your blade would be most welcome in these dire times. Sorin, pray allow me to confirm your intent. By your coming to Kugane, may we take it to mean that you will aid us in our fight? Of course. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Our cause is much bolstered for your blade. Without further ado, I would introduce you to our captain. However, there is one thing I must ask of you. Pray keep the fact that you are Master Musasai's pupil to yourself. It may make little sense to you, but that you shared a master with a wanted criminal would mark you out for suspicion. And that is simply the way of it in our culture. Lieutenant Shiden alone knows the truth and understands, but few are as open-minded as him. It occurs to me I've yet to introduce myself. As Makoto says, I am Shiden, Lieutenant of the Sekisegami, and may I apologize for our orders penchant for procedure. Oh, hey, Mooney. Indeed. Samurai quests, and I believe I'll be trying to do the Shisui of Violet Tides afterwards as well. When I sent you to find Makoto in my stead, I could not leave my post due to prior duty, attending to the whims of a visiting dignitary. Pressing business, as you'll no doubt appreciate. Now, if you'll just wait a moment, I shall bring Captain Kongo here. Right. So, don't mention Master Musosai. Got it. Excuse me. May I present to you Sorin Sherwood, who has journeyed from faraway Eorzea to aid our cause. Though he is not of our land, I have witnessed his skill at arms firsthand, and have every confidence that he will prove an invaluable ally. Hello, sir? Captain? You would have us trust our lives to an outsider. For all we know, he is one of Ugetsu's, or even an Imperial spy. Captain, please. Sorin is a good man and true. I personally vouch for his identity, and shall assume all responsibility for his actions. Should his origin give you cause to doubt, you would do well to doubt us all. The sons and daughters of nameless farmers and labourers, and the Kami know what else. Very well, but mark my words, outsider. A single misstep and I will cut you down. Understood, sir. Forgive the captain, my friend. He holds himself responsible for all our losses, and we fight a losing battle. In spite of our best efforts, we are no closer to ascertaining Ugetsu's whereabouts, nor do we know the full extent of his operations. And in light of the recent ambush, I fear there is a breach in our security. As if we had not problems enough. His Excellency, the Tyro, one of our nation's most powerful men, has chosen this juncture to come to Kugane on an embassy visit. Ugetsu will surely look to wreak further chaos. It falls to the Sekisegami to keep our honoured guest hale and whole. We will be out in force providing security, and I pray that we can rely on your blade as well. Right. So I should be... well, minding my manners, I guess? I too must beg your forgiveness for the captain's outburst. With naught to show for our efforts, he grows ever more irritable. Now then, I must return to my duties. We have no tasks for you at present, but in case of an emergency, pray remain near, and with your katana near at hand. Of course. That's... And just don't draw undue attention to myself, I guess. On we go. Sorin, it's terrible. Captain Kongo, he has committed seppuku. Excuse me? Sorry? He wished to atone for his failure to Katsugetsu and all the casualties we've incurred, so he wrote in the letter they found next to his body. Wait, suicide? With His Excellency the Tyro soon to arrive in Kugane, all is in chaos. We haven't even had the chance to hold funeral rites. It's all Shiden can do to keep our order functioning, yet function we must, for the Tyro is likely to be targeted by Ugetsu and his cohorts. As part of the security detail, I am tasked with patrolling the Short Pier area. I should be grateful for your extra pair of eyes, Sorin. Of course. I'm in your debt. If aught strikes you as suspicious, I ask that you notify me at once. Right, patrolling the Short Pier then. I can't say I really knew the man, but he really didn't give the impression he was that despairing of the situation he'd kill himself over it. Though I suppose from even what I saw of Master Musosai that Issues like this are quite different to what they are in Eorzea. Right, so suspicious activity. I'm still a little suspicious of the Garlean airship up there, but still doesn't seem to be doing anything hostile. Anything suspicious out here? Oh. That's not quite suspicious, but someone must have dropped this. Wait a moment, that's... Okay. Covered in blood, that's... Not quite sure about this, but... Suspicious enough, I should probably show Makoto. Oh. Makoto? There you are. Did you observe aught suspicious? Didn't observe so much, but I found this out on the pier. It doesn't seem good. A charm. And it is stained with blood. But where have I seen that before? It looks familiar? This belongs to Captain Congo! There is no mistake. It ever adorned his neck. But how did it come to be at the docks? Have you actually seen Captain Congo's body? No, I myself did not see it. Could it be it was but a ruse? That the captain did not kill himself, but rather was slain by insurgents? That might be the case. Can we preserve? If this is true, it would mean that the enemy walks among us. That would match up with how they were able to find out about your ambush. We must notify Shidan at once and have him bolster security around the Tyro. To the Favnairan consulate, Sorin. The Favnairan... That's the... just opposite the... Garlean embassy, right? I didn't... Guess I was right about him not seeming quite like the type to... Got security out in force. Why isn't a lieutenant here? What is he doing? What he's doing? Come now, surely you know of His Excellency the Tyro's predilections? You mean the rumors were true? It is whispered that the Tyro is wont to indulge his voracious appetite for pleasure houses under the guise of official duty. If this is the case, then he will be in Sanjo Hanamachi, and so too will Shidan. Let us hurry. Right. Oh. Off towards the Rakaza district. Suppose I shouldn't be... Well, I'm not really too surprised to hear about a politician abusing his rights. Makoto? Shidan? What are you doing? Sir? You two, why are you not at the docks? I was given to understand that Tyro has come not on official, but personal business. Aye, that he is, but that is none of our concern. At any rate, I have the area well covered. You may return to your stations. Shiden, wait. There is no danger here. Why was your katana drawn? That's a point. If everything's all clear, then... You were too clever by half. More's the pity we failed to finish you off on Sakazuki. Shiden's the traitor? Your foreign friend was supposed to die then as well, but we underestimated Musosai's pupil. How could you, Shiden? The captain was your friend. Let me tell you a tale. I was born in a farming village and grew up in squalor. Our liege lord was a tyrant, one who wrung us peasants for everything we had. None dared to rise up for fear of their lives. My parents, pushed to the brink of survival, mustered the courage to speak out. For their troubles, they were promptly arrested. They did not end there. Nay, our lord wished to make an example, so he had them burned alive before the gathered villagers. With gritted teeth, I watched my mother and father die, powerless to help. In that moment, I vowed to myself that one day, I would change all that is wrong with the world. I took up the katana and trained like a man possessed, and eventually won a place in the Sekisegumi. In the beginning, I was overjoyed. Finally, I could make a difference, but reality couldn't be more different. And ere long, I came to see the Sekisegumi for what it was. A tool of the powers that be. Glorified guardsmen who patrol the streets for petty criminals. Samurai, justice... These things are naught but hollow ideals, and they can change nothing. This I realized to my despair. So what do you plan to do about it? But then I met Lord Ugetsu, and he awakened me to the truth. That in order to bring about true change, we must bring down the Bakufu. We must tear down the establishment and dig it up from its rotted roots. You are my comrade, and I feel your pain, but Ugetsu's path leads only to death and destruction. And countless people would be made to suffer. No more than what we endured in our village. There's no hope for Hingashi but to be reborn, in the fires of conflict. This is madness. I will not allow your twisted vision to be realized. Makoto, are you gonna be okay here? Then it seems we must cross blades. But you certainly wish to do so here, where an unwitting passerby could come to harm. It wouldn't reflect well upon the Sekisegami, I know. So, where? Let us take this to Matsuba Square. When the others are out on security detail, and there will be no one to disturb us. I feel this might be a trap. I knew that we needed to be rid of you, but I had not expected to do the deed myself. Right. You're my favorite, Makoto. This gives me no pleasure. And I respected you, Shiden. It's not too late. Join me and swear fealty to Lord Ugetsu. Never. I will fight you to my dying breath. You always did have a stubborn streak. This time it'll be the end of you. To arms! To arms! What's this? We are come to aid you. Kami be praised. It's the Sekisegami. My friends, we are betrayed. The lieutenant serves Ugetsu. You arrived just in time. Oh, you'll be doing that. Sir! What is happening? Makoto, I think we're the ones who look like traitors in this situation. Come now, surely you did not think I was alone. No, this cannot be. These two have uncovered our plan. They are a threat to the cause and cannot be suffered to live. Kill them. Or rather, they're... this many? Oh. Oh. Sir? Forgive me my delay. It took some while to gather those on duty. Captain, you're alive! There are traitors in our midst, the lieutenant among them. Aye, I know. 'Twas he who tried to kill me. That was she then too? Aren't you a tough old bastard? Why, Shiren? I trusted you. To change Hingashi, why else? But mule-headed as you are, I don't expect you to understand. The earnest and true Shiren of old is no more. That's all I need to understand. Right. Oh. It is hard to keep up with the dialogue in these ones. Oh, whoa! Okay, that's loud. No! How could I lose? Lord Shiren has fallen! We must retreat! Leave them! We cannot risk endangering the citizens. I think we've got the ringleader. Yeah, I kept the textbook up for that one, but it again comes into my ability to split my attention between multiple things. Over? Nay, Kongo. This is only the beginning. Long live Lord Ugetsu! They really are committed. Nothing else. Farewell, old friend. May we meet again in the next life. Captain, I think the Kami you're safe. Will you tell us what happened? I will, but first, there's something I must do. Sorin, for your timely intervention I give you my thanks. And for my earlier discourtesy, I beg your forgiveness. It really isn't anything, sir. Just doing what I do best. Allow me to thank you also. Were you not on hand, there's no telling what might have come to pass. With me gone, Shiren would have had free reign. He was the last any of us would have suspected. Aye, and when he told us you had committed seppuku, none thought to question it. A convenient lie, but a poor one. Anyone who knows me well should know that I would not take my leave ere I had dealt with the insurgents. To do so would be the greater shame by far. Now then, let me recount to you my tale. Late at night, Shiren summoned me to the docks to discuss an urgent matter. As I approached him, the wretch slashed out at me without warning. Though I couldn't react in time to dodge the blade, for a blessing had caught my charm, sparing me a fatal wound. My momentum sent me over the docks and into the sea, where I remained until it was safe to resurface. My lungs were ripe to burst when Shiden finally left. Such an ordeal that must have been. Oh yeah, people have to breathe underwater, don't they? Or rather, they can't breathe underwater. Having learned that there were traitors besides Shiden, I kept to the shadows and watched their movements. And the rest, you know. With the Tyro safe and the traitors dealt with, we may return to the barracks. Let us continue our conversation there. Sorin, my thanks again for your help. It's not a problem, sir. Right, I guess cleaning up the body. Yeah, the Samurai questline here does... It feels like there could have been better explained what the stakes are. And why Ugetsu's idea of revolution isn't the same as what was going on in Doma and Alamigo. Yeah, maybe someday we'll actually see more of it if they let us go into Hingashi itself. You journeyed here from a distant land in order to lend your strength to our beleaguered order, yet I drew my blade upon you. As it turned out, it was those whom I thought I knew and trusted that betrayed me. Suffice it to say, I feel a right fool. But now we have succeeded in rooting out all the traitors in our ranks. That we have, and from those we caught we were able to wring out some key details of their operation. Shiden has been seducing our men over to Ugetsu's side. Those who proved unamenable to his advances were killed, like our comrade in the recent mission. Makes my blood boil to think that those most loyal among us were struck down by treachery. What of Ugetsu's whereabouts? It appears he makes his base on the mainland, somewhere in Yansha. The precise location still eludes us. Forgive me if I speak out of turn, Captain, but even as we laid our lives on the line, the Tyro went about satisfying his urges. Can we truly say that we protected the peace this day? Well do I understand your frustration, Makoto. Yet for his many vices, there is no denying the instrumental role the Tyro plays in keeping the realm whole. Ever are the great lords watching for a fracture to form, by which they might break the status quo and usurp power. Through skillful intercession and manipulation, the Tyro keeps each of them in check. It is no secret that the Bakufu is a cesspool of corruption, but in spite of this, we must protect the peace. Such is a samurai's calling. Though you come to us from afar, you share this calling with us. I pray that we can continue relying upon your blade, my Asian samurai friend. Allow me to add my voice to the captain's. You are a stalwart ally to our cause and a samurai true. Master Musosai was not mistaken in choosing you. Should I still be keeping the whole... the thing I'm Master Musosai's pupil a secret? Or is that something it's okay to share now? I kind of get why it would be... isn't quite the same situation as in Doma or Alamigo. Because in both those cases, it's an outside power extending influence over a foreign nation. Whereas within Hingashi, it's Hingashi itself is their enemy. There's no, they can't really just drive the enemy out. Great tidings, Sorin. We've ascertained the location of Ugetsu's hideout. Captain Kongo has the details. A moment, if you would. Right, guess we're on the move then. Sorin, you're welcome. We scoured Shiden's quarters and watched it turn up among his possessions, but missives he received from Ugetsu. They point to a certain ruin in Yangsha. Now, word of Shiden's demise will have already reached Ugetsu, and he must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he will not, cannot run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has painstakingly gained. As I see it, two choices remain to Ugetsu. He will await our coming, or he will bring the fight to us. Either way, the stakes are high. As you know, Ugetsu is a peerless swordsman. Only you, who bested Shiden, and perhaps myself, could stand a chance against him. As captain, my place is here at the barracks. While I hold fort, I bid you and Makoto journey to Yangsha. Dare to hunt down Ugetsu. Right. I shall pray for your safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself here, rest assured I will give him a rousing welcome. Yangsha lies upon the mainland, across the Ruby Sea. We will first make for Namai, a small mountain village, and thence go after Ugetsu and his cohorts. Right. Supposed to have to explain why they weren't able to find him earlier. Makoto said Ugetsu had been a problem since, well, even before I first arrived in Kugane. So hiding out somewhere where the Imperials had power would have put him far beyond where the Sekisegami could reach. That is a potential plot, almost, for like if they did do a Hingashi arc. Because the way I could see a revolution working in Hingashi would if there was already one of these feudal lords who was worth getting behind, who had right ideas. And then working to try and either unify or fight against all the other. Makoto? The ruins serving as Ugetsu's hideout is near. I shall scout on ahead. Meanwhile, pray scour the area for insurgents and tend to them. Right. Keep an eye out for lookouts. Okay, can I... Give me a moment. Let's... The Chocobo theme always feels out of place to me. Where are these ruins? Okay, oh, the other side of the river. Oh, I forgot I had flying in this area. Right. You were really risking it hiding out this close to Castrum. Oh. There's a patrol. Keep looking out. Not seeing anyone around here. Oh, there's more of them. Right. Hope Makoto's doing okay. Would be kind of nice if there was more than just the two of us out here. Hope those stickers? Sticker? What? Stickers? I am confused. Oh. There's more of them. Right. That seems to be all the patrols this side. Maybe I should have thought about taking some alive. Makoto? Hugetsu is nowhere to be seen. Then that means... Aye, he's on his way to Kugane. Your captain of this... Kami Preserve. We must hurry back. So, back to Kugane? We've no time to waste, Sorin. Let us hurry back to Kugane. Oh. Right. Hopefully not too late. Is that... I didn't see who... Captain? No! Sir? Forgive me. It was too weak. Seki Segumi is yours now. Must finish. Too late. Well, well. For a moment I doubted my eyes. It really is you, Kagetsu. I hadn't expected to see you in a Seki Segumi uniform, dear sister. Sister? And... she's been after her brother this whole time? Anyway, can't let him leave here. That stance. Yes, the very picture of Master himself. So you are Musosai's final pupil, and the samurai who felled Shiden. That I am. We meet at last! Mugetsu, at your service. Like you, I trained under Musosai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brothers. It's a shame then that we stand on opposing sides. Ngashi has known peace for too long. Her leaders have grown soft, and they spend their days in decadence. Their existence is a blight. One that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden assassinate the Tyro. Thanks to you and yours, the attempt ended in miserable failure. Till now we have kept to the shadows, but that time has passed. No few people share our vision, and by bringing them into the fold, we shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly, and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavour. With him gone, the good men and women of the Sekiseiga may choose of their hearts. If there are any souls here who would join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands for you too, Kagetsu, my brother pupil. Will you not create a new world with me? Makoto? Create? You can create naught with the edge of a blade. Nay, what you seek to do is destroy. Should the Bakufu fall, Hingashi would be plunged into another age of blood. Blood will flow, aye, but it will serve to nourish and strengthen a new nation, one that is free of the corruption that tainted the old. What we have now is not peace, but stagnance. Hingashi has become a morass of decay, and we samurai must be the tsunami that washes it clean, to make way for true peace. Samurai fights to ward off chaos, not create it. Have you forgotten Master Musosai's teachings? Clearly, my breath is wasted on you. What of the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to Bakufu? Or will you join me and bring about true change? Disappointing. I had hoped some of you would see sense. But if we must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly. Let us settle this away from the masses, on the Isle of Beko. Your people against mine. Though, if I may make an observation, it seems you may want for blades, dear sister, now that your men are aware of our connection. But... suppose it is better to do this away from the city. Hear me, my comrades. As leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hingashi rests upon us. Can't be easy being thrust into leadership like that. Saw at least go through the same not too long ago. Makoto? Forgive me, Sorin, but it is all true. Ugetsu is my older brother, and Kagetsu is my birth name, though I have long cast it aside. We were born into a samurai family in the capital, Bukyo. From a tender age, Ugetsu showed tremendous talent as a swordsman, and everyone knew him as a child prodigy. But to me, he was always the kind and caring brother. I was proud of him, and I couldn't have been prouder when the legendary Musosai took him as a pupil. And then he took to the road for his training, and I never saw him again. It was a different man who returned. Instead of easy smiles, he wore frowns. Instead of good-natured quipping, he engaged in heated tirades directed at the Bakufu and the great lords. There was so much anger, but more than that, there was despair. Despair for his country. Not long thereafter, he parted ways with Master Musosai and began instructing me in the katana. As far as back then, I believe he harbored the dream of toppling the Bakufu, and so he had instilled in me the skills to survive in a war-ravaged world. In time, I came into my own as a samurai. And then it happened. My brother assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our family was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped from existence. My parents were summarily executed, and 'twas only by chance that I escaped their fate. Out on the streets and without a home, I journeyed to Kugane. I adopted the name Makoto, and knocked on the Sekisegumi's doors, with but one purpose in my mind: punishing Ugetsu. We may share the same blood, but I can never forgive him, for our parents' blood is on his hands. But for all my determination, I am no match for my brother, and while his cause grows in strength, mine only weakens. In our culture, people are defined first by their birth, and revelation that I am kin to Ugetsu has shaken my men's faith in me. They may not accept my authority, even though the captain willed it. But with him gone, there is naught I may depend on save mine own conviction. And you, Sorin. Even should it cost me my life, I swear to end my brother's ambition. I pray that you will stand with me through this trying time. I'll make sure it doesn't come to you giving your life, ma'am. We'll find a way through this. Yeah, going through it again, I'm being reminded of like how... like, I do believe your Makoto is on the right side of things, but they don't do enough to explain, I feel, why you should be opposing Ugetsu. I suppose like what it comes down to is that if I'm understanding all the different like feudal lords of Hingashi are being restrained by the Bakufu. The Bakufu is not perfect, but it's preventing something worse from happening. Because maybe not that he's got the wrong idea, but his target is wrong. The Bakufu isn't as much of the problem as it is the lords he would be setting free by toppling the Bakufu. Especially because he doesn't explain he has any plans to make sure that, you know, it's a benevolent leader who comes into power afterwards. Sorin, my fears have become reality. Members of the Sekisegumi are deserting, one after another. Finding out that I'm Ugetsu's sister and you, Musosai's pupil, has shattered their faith in our cause. With so many gone, we haven't the strength to face the insurgents. We have to convince them to return somehow. There's no two ways about my connection to Ugetsu, but if we can dispel the stigma surrounding Master Musosai at least, they may yet have a change of heart. I require but a chance to speak my piece. Will you help me round up our disillusioned comrades? I will look around the barracks in the north side of town, if you could focus your search on the south. I'll do what I can. Not all too great at talking. The Sekisegumi. Hello there, sir. They say you bested the lieutenant. Well, I'll be damned if you didn't use dirty tricks you learned from that craven Musosai. I'm just here to... Captain Makoto has an announcement to make. Captain calls. What's the insurgent sister want now? Might as well see what sort of lame excuse she's got in store. Sorry. I can't actually remember what happened in this. I actually wondered, have I missed the Samurai Epilogue quest? Hello there, sir. What do you want, Ijin? I have naught to say to the likes of you. The captain desires a chance to explain. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear her out. Well, that's more positive than... last one. I cannot remember for the life of me what the post-80 samurai quest is, and I'm now actually wondering if I managed to miss it when I was going through all Joseph's epilogue quests. Hello there, sir. Look, it's not like I mistrust you and the captain. It's just I can't work up the will to fight anymore. She wants to talk, does she? Well, I doubt anything she says will change my mind, but I'll go along with it for now. Right. Definitely feel like things are against us. At least everyone seems to be giving her a chance to convince them. I'd really be using Alphino's advice about now. He tends to be good at the whole diplomacy thing. Makoto? My thanks for your help, Sorin. Let's begin before they change their minds. Hear me, my comrades. In our nation, Musasai is a name that evokes loathing. All know that his were the hands that created the monster Ugetsu, and all know that he evaded responsibility for fear of death. But naught could be further from the truth, for Musasai ever taught that the samurai's calling is to preserve order. However, Ugetsu seeks to do the very opposite. In bringing down the Bakufu, he means to usher in such chaos as to trigger another age of blood. Ugetsu may have trained under Musasai, but he was no true pupil of his. Nay, his true pupil stands before you now, and he, like his master did, wields his katana to protect the peace. Protect the peace, you like to say. But what did Musasai ever do to protect the peace? Can you tell us that? I would ask the same question. All we know is that he challenged warriors the realm over and never once was defeated. An impressive feat to be sure, but it's neither here nor there. It takes strength to protect the peace. As we strive to hone our skills through rigorous training, Musasai honed his through duels. When he was with me in Eorzea, he spent every day traveling from country to country, seeking out evil. Wait a second. D. Kogarashi? The mystery samurai who roamed the land, smiting the wicked when I was little. The man who protected the weak and punished common crooks and great lords alike before vanishing into the wind? It was Musasai all along? I became a samurai because of him. Me too. Kogarashi was my hero. I wanted to change the world like him. Looking back, 'twas when I first heard tell of Kogarashi that the desire to take up the katana took root in my heart. I had known that Master Musasai journeyed the land of my brother, but to think that he did so as Kogarashi? Could the experience have pushed Ugetsu to his extreme beliefs? Very well, Captain. We were wrong about Musasai, but what have you to say for yourself? That's right. We haven't forgotten about that. Your brother's the bastard who's trying to tear down our nation. How can we trust you? Ah, enough! I've been biting my tongue, but I can't stand it anymore. Momozigo? Hello there, Sorin. Fancy seeing me here, I shouldn't doubt. The idea occurred to me to visit Musasai's homeland, you see, and you know how spontaneous I can be. What do I find upon arriving but this painful display of narrow-mindedness? The old man will be turning in his grave. Who the hell are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is what I did. And that was to journey with Sorin and Musasai on a quest to right wrongs. And we have established that you all respect and admire Musasai, who happens to be your childhood hero Kogarashi. Well then, you should know what he used to always say about his own countrymen. That you're so focused on a person's birth you blinded yourself to his true worth. So bleeding obvious, I can't believe I have to say this. Having a villain for a brother doesn't make Makoto a villain. In spite of their relationship, she opposes him for God's sake. Now look at yourselves. None of you were born into samurai families, but through hard work you've made it this far. Because became who you wanted to be. What Makoto has done is no different. Like you, she's broken free of the shackles of her birth to live a life of her own choosing. By the Kami, why could I not see this? After all we've been through together as comrades. Damn it, you're right. How many times have I had to put up with scorn because I came from a poor village? But there I was dealing that scorn to the captain. Strike me for a fool. I've always despised this aspect of our culture, but all the time I remained its unwitting prisoner. Come, my friends. Let's bring back those of us who are still at large. We have a battle to win and peace to protect. Momozigo, you have impeccable timing. You're the gentleman from the inn in Ulda. I owe you a debt of gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I'm a showmaster by trade and words are my domain. Swords, not so much, so I'll bow out here. Ooh, I think I'll go and take a dip in one of those hot springs I've heard so much about. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Sorin. Put a stop to Ugetsu and give the old man the peace he deserves. I will. And if you're looking for a hot spring, there's one just to the west. Bokairo. Right. So off to the Isle of Beko. The appointed hour is nigh. Let us make for the field of battle. For the Isle of Beko. Hopefully the Kojin won't mind too much. Alright, this is the area where I can't fly. And up we go. Oop. So, the place of battle is... Oh, there we go. Everyone's here. Makoto? All wayward members are returned, and all of their resolve restored. Let us go and face Ugetsu. Alright. Will this false peace continue, or will the fires of true change sweep across the land? Today, we decide Hingashi's history. Today, we decide whose path is right, Musosai's or mine. There is but one among you worthy of being my opponent, he who trained under mine own master. Come, Sorin, show me the strength of your conviction. Right. Let us fight, pupil to pupil. Such nostalgic blade work. There's no doubting under whom you trained. But no amount of Musosai's training will grant you victory over me, for I have transcended our master. You're not the only one. It's not something I'm exactly proud of, but I'm the man who defeated him. Okay, this is... Oh. Right, lure him out of that. Oh. You are surpassing strong, that much I allow. But I have a mission, a vision to realize. I will give Hingashi a true peace. Ow. No. So much undone. Lord Ugetsu defeated? Impossible. Cut off the head and the body flees. It's over, Ugetsu. Why do you stay your blade? It is over. The heavens have chosen. Now, strike me down. A samurai must be decisive. Finish me, or I shall finish you. Good. You've grown strong, little sister. Come, my friends. Let us return to the barracks. Right. Is she okay? Clearly wasn't easy for her. with that... Guess it's another case closed. Makoto? We've succeeded in quelling a major threat to the nation, and it was in no small part due to you, Sorin. You have my eternal gratitude. While not all insurgents are accounted for, without a leader to unite them, they will eventually scatter to the winds. As for me, my appointment as captain of the Sekiseigumi has since been made official. That is a heavy burden, but I swear to bear it with honor and live up to Captain Kongo's faith in me. Meanwhile, the revelation of Kogarashi's true identity has been doing its rounds of our order. It would seem that nigh all of our younger members idolized him and joined out of the desire to make a difference. In embarking upon his quest, I believe that Master Musosai in part wished to sow the seeds of a new generation. Ugetsu sought the quick path to change, and cared not that it was fraught with strife and suffering. He saw Hingashi as a dilapidated house, fit only to be torn down. But Master Musosai sought to restore this house, board by board, nail by nail. One injustice at a time, even should it take several lifetimes. To ensure that his legacy lives on, I will embark upon my own quest of change here in Kugane. And I pray that you will do the same, no matter where your road takes you. Oh. I think I can leave Kugane in safe hands then. And there we go. First. Hisatsu. I know Hisatsu was. But while I'm in Hingashi, there's... While I'm thinking about it, there was that lost Aether current in the Ruby Sea. I wonder if I can't track down all the places I've been around here. I'm guessing there's maybe something in Shinosato. I've helped out the Confederacy and the Kujin, but other than stopping by briefly and saying hello to Lady Ugiri's parents, didn't spend much time here. Maybe not involve myself too much with Shiosai. Didn't seem too keen on us last time we were here. Someone who looks like they're in trouble. Hello, ma'am. Any help I can be around here? You're a man from above. Indeed, I guess you could say. I am Kurenai, sister to the Ruby Princess, the ruler of these seas. Your bearing bespeaks a strength and courage few possess. I've been waiting for one such as yourself to arrive. Though not many know it, the Ruby Princess's life currently hangs in the balance. It does? That might explain why Shiosai was maybe even more cautious than I thought. A few days ago, a man cloaked in black visited Shisui of the Violet Tides. He claimed he had come to bestow a blessing of holy protection upon the palace. A man cloaked in... It's been a while since I've seen the shadow of the Asians about. The incantation he muttered instead drew forth a terrible spirit, which took possession of my sister's body. And not long after, similar wraiths of the void began to surge forth, overtaking the palace and stealing the souls of her nearby guards. Shiosai immediately evacuated everyone and has since barred people from entering or leaving the palace. Officially, the Ruby Princess is conducting a private ceremony, and none but Shiosai and I know the truth. We have placed a seal over XIV of the Violet Tides to prevent any of the wraiths from within from escaping, but it will not hold out for much longer. Shiosai grows more convinced by the hour that we must destroy the dome and everyone within it, including my sister. I beseech you, man of the land, lend unto me your might. Please, find a way to save her. I'll do whatever I can, but just point me in the right direction. Thank you. Truly, I know not what I would have done had you not said so, or had you said no. Now please, follow me. We must go speak with Shiosai. I must meet with him to ensure he does not act prematurely and do something we will all regret. Right. Hopefully he won't be too unhappy to see me again. The reason I've switched back to Red Mage is simply because I might as well get the first time completion experience for a class I need to level up a bit. Hello again, sir. It's been a while. And you are... Doesn't remember. Oh. Miss Kurenai? Lady Kurenai, what brings you here? What? My lady, you of all people must realize how incredibly dangerous it was of you to entrust another of our secrets, much less a newcomer whose intentions we know naught of. What other choice did I have? When the seal breaks, we will be forced to drown the palace and all souls within. Would you sooner have me sacrifice my sister and my people than turn to outside help? And you think that this man has some hidden power, capable of delivering Suino Sato from untold disaster? I realize it is not in your nature to ask for assistance, but, like it or not, there is little else we can do. No outcome could be worse than losing the Ruby Princess. Even you must realize we only stand to gain by requesting this man's aid. Should I say something? You have the right of it. Very well. I will give your friend until the next high tide to rescue the princess. If he fails, however, I will destroy the dome, and atone for the deed with my life. Remember, my lady, should it come to this, you shall be the one to inherit the throne. Right, I'll make sure it doesn't come to that, sir. Here, take this scroll. It will permit you to pass into XIV of the Violet Tides. I presume you're aware of where it is located. Actually, I'm not too familiar. Not to worry. I shall show him there. The palace lies just beyond the turquoise trench. Before we leave, however, there is one last thing I must share with you. I was not entirely truthful in everything I have told you. Ma'am? It is nothing that affects our current predicament, but it is nevertheless a lie I mean to set straight once this is all over. Forgive me. If it was something I could tell you now, I would. I guess that's okay? Just got me more curious than anything. So the turquoise trench. Right. Seems to be to the south. There's the adventure. where we found Maganotama. And this must be the trench. Down we go, I guess. This is... This goes down some way. Okay. Right. How deep down are we going? This looks like the bottom, but I'm really far below the waves now. Oh. This is... the Shisui of Violet Tides. I don't think you could hide a... I don't think you could hide your castle anywhere better than down here. These are the gates to the palace. Inside are the Ruby Princess and her guards. Thank you, Sorin. Though he might not show it, Shiosai is secretly very grateful to you too. The thought of having to kill the Ruby Princess, however indirectly, has been tormenting him. Now, there's not much time left. Let us make our way in. You have the scroll of entry, correct? Remember, you will be unable to pass through the gates without it. Right. If you don't mind, I'm going to maybe see if I can recruit some help with this one. Dungeons. I think quite possibly the only time you see an instance access point on underwater. Minutes. Hopefully not. Won't be waiting for too long. I feel sometimes like after Stormblood finishes, the underwater environments that the Final Fantasy XIV could have used are a bit... They don't really use them to their full potential, I don't think. Like in Shadowbringers there was... It was really only underneath, in the waters beneath, oh... Where is it? Ilmeg. That's story relevant. And I guess a little bit around in Lakeland. And then in Endwalker it's... What locations are in Endwalker? You have Favner, Garlemald, Mare Lamentorium, Labyrinthos. Labyrinthos? What's the other one? There's 6 in each expansion, isn't there? That's Fafnir, Golmold, Labyrinthos, Mare Lamentorium. Oh, yes, that's the other one. Elpis. and then Ultimate Fool, and yeah, this one they don't use the underwater content ability at all in Endwalker, I don't think. Anyway, in we go. So, here we are. Need to say hello. Oh, someone's had a bad experience with Reaper. You want to stay away from like the anglerfish, don't you? As I need to get used to red mage rotation again. Up we go, I guess. Watch out. Ooh. Avoid the fish. Oh. More little fish. Oh, that's not right. Here we go. Right, this looks like the entrance, and that's a big shrimp. Up, can't move. Right. Defeat this guy. Oh, he's got friends. I can't remember what this means. Come and kill me. Ow! Right. There's the gate open. I think I'm okay. This is the stuff at the same item level as what I have. Then we'll go to the chest on the left. I guess as I complete. I guess I can quickly grab that. Or is someone going for the glam? Oh, not that I can blame them. Ooh, okay, this hurts. Ow. Ooh. That was a bit of a big pull, to be fair. I guess do I? Yeah. Maybe is better to save on getting the weakness debuff for fighting the boss. Need to remember that I do have access to raise just in case it comes up. So my favourite moments in Final Fantasy have been playing as Red Mage and being able to like pull off some right. This is when she uses the right. Oh yeah, this is when you have to I remember mechanics. Oh. Yeah, and the reason you do that is so you can avoid that attack. Right. What has been targeted to do? Oh, small AoE. Oh! Geothermal flash. I never read the name of that attack before. Oh. Sorry, friend. Right. If that's the princess, then... Right. The Void Scent, of course. Right. These don't look like Void Scent too much, though. Oh. Watch out for the bombfish. Oh. Getting close. Right. On we go. Oh. There's the sleeves. Right. Oh, let's watch that one. Right, so this must... Okay. This must be our void scent friend. Right. Yeah. Okay. even with the near whiteness, fast as quick. Ah. Right, destroy the bubbles. Okay, jeez. Alright. Stand back. Okay, right. Don't like the sharks. Oh. Watch the gaze. There's the fog again. Right. There we go. Void scent banished. Now just to deliver the good news to... Lady Kugane? GG, everyone. Oh, where's map? There we go. Accommodation. I've become raw. Ooh, minion. Oh, don't get it. Guess wrong. What does that look like? Sorin does. No. Don't get anything. I've become rather shallow when it comes to commendations. I have a tendency to give them out for... Whose picture looks the nicest in the... Or who, like, has put effort into it. Oh, Kugane. I don't know how to... I know not how to thank you. You saved them, Sorin. You saved all of them. Even the Ruby Princess. While she is unharmed, she is currently unconscious. Shiosai has carried her to Sino-Sato, where she might rest undisturbed. It looks as though it will be a while before she wakes. Before we speak any further, however, let us return to the village. Right. I'll be glad to get out of the trench. Even being able to breathe down here, there's something oppressive about being this far beneath. I can't imagine living down here. I definitely like having access to the sky over my head. Okay, well I'm seeing the coral trees here, so I think we're out of the trench. Oh, there's the adventure. Okay, this is a depth I can more easily deal with. And, sharks. Okay. Miss Kugane? Please allow me to once again thank you for your help. You may be happy to hear that the palace guards are all slowly beginning to return to their senses. It seems peace has finally been restored to the palace. You've saved everyone, including Shiosai, from an untimely death. If only the Ruby Princess would open her eyes, Sino-Sato would be exactly as it was before. I suppose we must simply be grateful for how well things turned out. And now that the worst of the storm has passed and the tides have begun to calm, it is time that I came clean. I guess we can't leave it on that, can we? Miss Kugane? The hour of truth is upon us, yet I am just unsure of where to begin. The Ruby Princess who quietly slumbers on, she... Perhaps this will be easier to explain if you could look upon her as I speak. Please, follow me. Right. I'm getting more and more cautious as to... I wonder... Hello, do you have any, like, interesting... Nope. I just remember after finding the store in Kugane does the umbrella if there's other stores that have unique little... Shiosai will be bringing her out shortly. He should be but a few moments longer. That's no problem. I can wait. Oh, Hisui. Why do you refuse to open your eyes? Sorin, there is something you must know. I am not the Ruby Princess's younger sister. In fact, she has no sister. I am the Ruby Princess, ruler of Suinosato. Ma'am? I'm sorry for... have I been referring to you too informally? The slumbering girl before you goes by the name of Hisui, and is my dearest friend. We have known one another since childhood. Your Grace, I am entirely to blame. Had I been more prepared, more aware, Lady Hisui would not be in this sorry state. You see, a few days ago we received visitors from the outside. They had come to perform a court ritual, to protect the Ruby Princess from any potential dangers. We decided to conceal her true identity. I had her lady-in-waiting, Hisui, take her place. As she and Her Highness bear a great resemblance to each other, something owing to the fact they are distant blood relatives, I was confident no one would notice the switch. I was right. That is why, when proceedings commenced, it was Lady Hisui who became possessed by the terrible fiend they summoned. And now, well, you can see for yourself what has become of her. To mitigate such disaster, several severe restrictions on who can enter and exit Shisui of the Violet Tides have always been in place. In fact, even the Ruby Princess is forbidden by law to leave its gates. When wraith after wraith began appearing, however, I was left with little choice. I whisked Her Highness away to the village and had her pretend to be the Ruby Princess's sister, Kurenai. Kurenai. That was the name I had before my mother passed away, and I assumed the title of Ruby Princess. It was also the name Hisui would call me by growing up. For as far back as I can remember, she was there for me. From the best of times to the worst of times. All the laughter and tears we shared. Hisui, is this truly where it ends? Forgive me, Your Grace. This is my fault. If only there was a way I could go back and prevent all of this. Shiosai, there is nothing to forgive. None of us could have predicted this would happen. You are no more to blame for what has happened than I am. Sorin, now you know everything. I hope you do not think any less of me for my lie. It's really nothing, ma'am. I get you have to protect your identity in these kinds of situations. Especially royalty. You're not the first ruler I've known to have a secret identity. Now that everything has been settled, I shall be departing from Suinosato. The cure to Hisui's condition can only be found above. I know this because, as Ruby Princess, it was my duty to study all the available writings at the palace. Very well, Your Grace. Where would you have us go? No, Shiosai. I shall be embarking upon this quest on my own. You will be staying here. The people need you to protect them in my absence. Is she going to be okay out on the surface? Her Grace has made it clear she would have me remain behind. Master Sorin, might you accompany her in my stead? While Lady Hisui's body remains, her soul has long departed. I fear that no amount of rest or magics can cure her. I can only hope that in traveling with you, it will make it easier for Her Grace to come to terms with the tragic fate of her friend. Until such a time she must face this truth, however, I ask, nay, beg that you keep her safe. Right. I'll keep an eye on her, sir. So I think that might be a quest line I will also do on Wednesday. Lady Kurenai? Is that still too informal? You are offering to accompany me on my travels? That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you. Not a problem. I'm somewhat familiar with the world above. I shall give you some time to prepare before leaving Suino Sato. Please come find me as soon as you are ready to go. I think that works out. Let's have a wee sit. Oh, that's the wrong button. One day I'll remember which one's the first person and which one's hide the HUD. Anyway, that's all I've got time for tonight. Oh, excuse me. I will be back tomorrow with Nier Automata. Continuing on 9S's path. I believe there's still side quests for me to do before progressing to the next part of the story. And then Monday will be a return to Okami. But until then, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.